why no one wants to live in the center of the US. I've actually seen quite a bit that like a lot of the population in America is on like the coast and stuff and not actually in the center. So yeah, really interested to see why that is, see what we got with this video. Before we do get into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button, and I'm also posting extra content on my Patreon page. Link is in description. Let's jump into this to see what we got.
According to the United Nations, India became the most populous country in the world in 2023.
Okay.
Can you guess where the United States of America stands in that rating?
Fifth?
It's number 3.
Oh.
And America is the 4th largest country in terms of size.
Okay.
It takes up some 6% of Earth's landmass. Plenty of space for 335 million people who live there, right? No need to squeeze them into one region. Well, not quite. The population of the U.S. is distributed pretty unevenly. Let's draw a line right through the middle of the country.
Okay.
It'll run from North Dakota in the north to Texas in the south. Once you input census data and do some math, astounding figures appear. 80% of the U.S. population lives east of the imaginary line.
Wait. 80% is on east? And then 20... What?
The remaining 20%
Oh, wow.
live to the west.
That's crazy, bro, because I swear California's population is like amongst the top, right? Maybe it might even be the top.
1 in 5 Americans.
Wow.
We're talking about large metropolitan areas, such as Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco.
It's beautiful.
You don't believe me? Just look at a satellite map of the U.S. at night. The right part is shining pretty bright, right? But why? Why is there such a huge imbalance in population?
Yo, this is mad, bro. This is where America's gonna have all their secret bases right here. Oh, wait, no. This is where... Somewhere around here. Nevada is Area 51, right? Somewhere around there. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Population. Simply put, history and geography.
Right.
The East Coast is the place where the U.S. became independent in 1776.
Okay.
These are the original 13 colonies. Soon enough, settlers started spreading westward. One important milestone was the Louisiana Purchase. Today, this region is mostly what we call the Midwest. The area aligns nicely with the Mississippi watershed. Yup, this means plenty of fertile soil ideal for agriculture.
Okay.
But does this automatically mean a spike in population? The demographics of the U.S. reveal that a majority of its citizens live either on the east or the west coast. This leaves a large patch of land in the middle of the country virtually empty.
You know what, though? I'm surprised that, like, they haven't started populating it. Well, then again, America's that big, they don't need to. Because I was thinking, like, bro, if that was a UK situation, there'll be housing over there and stuff for cheaper houses and stuff like that. But you guys don't even need that. You guys don't even need that. You guys got plenty of land.
People know it as America's underpopulated belt. The area stretches from the Canadian border in the north to Mexico in the south. The total surface area of this strip of land is 350,000 square miles. That's twice the size of California.
Mad.
One massive piece of land. In fact, this narrow strip accounts for 12% of the contiguous United States. That's the U.S. without Alaska and Hawaii. The belt runs north to south through 7 states, but its population makes up only 1% of the total number of people living in the United States.
What?
Now, this doesn't mean that the area is completely empty. It's still home to just over 3 million people. That's roughly the population of the island country of Jamaica. But there
but all of that land, that's not much at all. And how many people is in America?
There is room here for many more residents.
I'll move there.
Let's take the example of Nigeria. Its total land area is slightly bigger than the sparsely inhabited belt in America.
Okay.
But Nigeria's population is a huge 206 million people. This makes it the 7th most populated country on the planet.
Wait. I did not realize how many people lived in Nigeria, bro. 200 million? What?
Impressive, right? But why isn't the American Midwest living up to its potential? Well, time for one last history lesson. I've already mentioned how the United States expanded from the East Coast to the West Coast. This doesn't mean that the West was lagging too far behind. Take, for example, the cities of San Francisco and Los
The Wild Wild West, man. Maybe all the cowboys scared everyone up, bro. Maybe that's why I didn't want to live there.
Angeles. They were incorporated in 1850. That's just 13 years after Chicago. The following year, Portland, Oregon became incorporated. You get the picture. And then, in 1869, the United States completed building its first transcontinental railroad.
Cool.
In terms of transport, the country was unified. There is no historical reason strong enough to explain why so few people live in the center of the country. So now it's time for some interesting geography. If you look at the physical map of the United States, you'll notice that this belt lies in the Great Plains. As the name suggests, the area is flat, which should be ideal for large settlements.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Does that make it like even more perfect for building?
Well, not really.
Okay.
East of this region, there is a huge patch of the color brown. It's covered by mountains. But not just any mountains. These are the Rockies. The range is around 76 million years old.
Wow.
It has several peaks over 14,000 feet. And most of the Rockies are national parks, a vast nature reserve.
Right.
But most importantly, the range plays a vital role in the region's climate. Ever heard of the rain shadow effect? Let me explain. Wet weather systems form over the Pacific Ocean. Then they travel east, where they meet the Rockies. Now the air has to go up over the mountains. This is where it cools down and condenses. The final result? A lot of rain and snow for the people living on or west of the range.
Okay.
And just a few drops east of it. When air from the Pacific finally reaches the Great Plains, it doesn't contain much moisture anymore. In fact, the weather system starts taking up moisture from the surrounding landscape. This creates an arid climate east of the Rocky Mountains. That's the exact location of the belt where so few Americans live. It's one of the driest parts of the country.
Wait. So because of all that, it just makes it extremely dry. So it's not great living there? Would that really have much of an effect, living there, though?
So when settlers came in the 19th century, they were like, nah, I'll just continue west.
Okay, that makes sense. So, like, obviously settlers back then, they're not going to rely on other people to, like, give them goods and stuff. They're going to have to, like, survive themselves, you know what I mean? So, that makes sense. You can't really, we don't really have, like, today's technology or vehicles or, you know what I mean, to, like, get, like, food and supplies there.
Came in the 19th century, they were like, nah, I'll just continue west. Effort. Plus, there was the gold rush in California they were heading for. The climate in this part of the plains isn't great for agriculture, and huge fluctuations in air temperature don't help either. In a single day, temperatures can drop from 70 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. These sudden changes in outside temperature are harmful to human health. It's like stepping inside an air-conditioned room on a sizzling summer day. Not a pleasant feeling.
I wish I knew that feeling, but I don't have any air conditioning. So, yeah, I don't have that feeling, man. I'm
California
jealous.
has a similarly dry climate.
Yo.
Yet close to 40 million people live there. This makes California the most populous U.S. state. Their secret? A vast network of irrigation canals and aqueducts.
Yo, there's nearly more people living in California alone than the UK, bro. That's crazy.
Plus, a share of water from the Colorado River. Summers in the Great Plains get very hot, while winters are extremely cold. The reason behind these wild weather patterns are polar winds. They get a piggyback ride along the ridges of the Rockies and then rapidly descend into the plains. A winter day in Wyoming, for example, can start pleasantly warm, but later in the afternoon, the temperature can easily drop below zero. You just wouldn't know how to dress, and you probably wouldn't want to relocate here. That's what 99% of Americans think, too.
That's really interesting. So it's pretty much, they just don't want the hassle of living in the middle of America, bro, where you can, like, live on either side and just have, like, a very normal day to what, you know, you're used to, either cold, warm, whatever. It's not as crazy.
Humans like to feel comfortable, so we choose to live in temperate climate zones.
Right.
Places that are either too cold or too hot don't have a large population.
Okay.
Just look at the driest inhabited continent. You've guessed it correctly, it's Australia.
Oh, yeah, Australia's the same, bro. Australia's actually the same. everybody lives on the coast and they just avoid the middle.
To correctly, it's Australia. Nearly 70% of the country is either arid or semi-arid. That's a subtle way of saying that it's a desert.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
Australians are huddled in coastal areas.
Mad.
90% of them live in big cities.
Wait. What's this like here, though? Well, what is like here? I thought people don't live in the middle. Huh? Yo, military bases. Secret bases. Aliens.
Live in big cities, such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth.
Oh, beautiful.
The only exception is the capital, Canberra. They build it inland close to a water source. But Australia's interior is sparsely populated. Just like in the States, there is only one major town in an area the size of 12 Lake Michigans. A huge shout out to the residents of Alice Springs. They truly live in an oasis. And what about places with a temperate climate like Europe? The population is evenly distributed here, right? Well, yes and no, depending on the country. In Germany, 77% of people live in urban areas.
Right.
They have plenty of major cities to choose from.
But they're spread
Berlin,
out.
Hamburg, Munich, and Köln all have over 1 million residents.
Yo, what are those buildings? What are they? What? Are these the stairs to get... Bro, these are the weirdest looking buildings I've ever seen. What? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I was living here, I'd actually be scared of it falling. I know it won't, but...
But let's look at neighboring France. How many cities with a population over 1 million can you name?
Paris.
Okay, Paris, definitely. It has over 12 million residents in the metropolitan area. But now comes the staggering fact. The next two cities on the list have a population of barely 2 million, respectively.
Okay.
Can you notice the huge imbalance? This is the case in most large European countries. In Greece, for example, 35% of the population lives in the capital, Athens. So,
35%? Yo, I would love to go and check out Greece. I ain't gonna lie. Like, even seeing this right now, it's stunning, bro.
the largely underpopulated center of the United States is not a unique example. America is the land of opportunities, but chances of finding a better life are greater in large cities.
Right,
The
makes
country's
sense,
top
obviously.
100 metropolitan areas account for at least 3/4 of the nation's GDP, and most of them are located on the east and the west coast.
Yeah, it
There
makes
are
sense.
no cities with over 1 million residents in America's underpopulated belt.
Yo, you guys gotta let me know if any of you, because there's definitely people living in the middle of America, right? You guys gotta let me know if you're there. Anyone watching this video? Well, I know there's definitely gonna be people. Let me know whereabouts you're living in the middle of America. It'd be cool. And what's it like? Tell me what it's like.
Today. So hey, if
But
you
that was cool. I enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Make sure you let me know whereabouts you're from and what it's like. Really would love to know. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.